could not be better served than with this most experienced, capable hands than yours, President Biden. He's just perfect.
When it comes to Biden's handling of the situation, you can see here he's underwater. 41 approve, 52 disapprove. And then, as you mentioned, it is the economy. Look at this. Biden's handling of the economy now almost 2-to-1 disapprove in this poll, 33-63. Again, compare this to our previous poll in January. Back then, he was closer to 40%. Now he's closer to 30%. And long term, since the start of his presidency, 2021, this number, his approval of Joe Biden on the economy, has just ticked down and down and down. This is a new low for him on the economy, 33-63.
We do not have much more time to wait because these falling polling numbers, I don't believe in governing by polling, but if that is a concern, which, to be real in elections, it's a real thing. We need to acknowledge that this isn't just about middle of the road, an increasingly narrow band of independent voters. But this is really about the collapse in support among young people, among the Democratic base, feeling like that they worked overtime to get this president elected, and they aren't necessarily being seen.
And Joe Biden standing in the polls, and his party's standing in the polls in this midterm election year. Let's take you through it. Overall, right now, we find in this poll a 40% approval rating for Joe Biden, now well over 50% disapprove. Compare this to our last poll. This was taken just in January. Again, there's been a slide here over a period of time for Biden. It was 43. Now it's down to 40. So he's moved in the wrong direction in the last couple of months.
We told you this week his approval rating slipped to 34%. He's losing blacks, whites, Latinos.
Even this trip to Europe might boost his poll numbers. Take a look at this. Biden's approval numbers are still just at 34%. What do you make of this?
Yeah, doesn't spell good news for the midterms now, does it? 34%. I'm surprised it's that high.
You ask voters sort of an open-ended question here. What do you think the most important issue facing the country is? And there you can see the top two now, cost of living, jobs in the economy. Let's stipulate they're both important. Which, though, do you voters think should be Joe Biden's top priority? Again, you can see here it goes 68-29 when it comes to dealing with the economy. So we show how that is dragging down Joe Biden's approval rating. It also seems to be rubbing off on his party midterm election year. Here's the generic ballot. Republicans right now with a 2-point advantage in our poll, 46-44 over Democrats.
I'm glad you didn't win before because we really needed you to win now for president. He's perfect. He's perfect for now.
My favorite thing about this is that if you drive an electric vehicle, especially when you consider these outrageous gas prices today, if you have a 15-gallon tank, which is the average size of a tank today, and you went to fill it up, on average, if you had paid the average gas price across the country, which is about $3.80, you'd be paying $54 to fill up your tank. That's $54. If you had an electric vehicle that would take you the same distance, about 300 miles, and you plugged it in at home, it would cost you about $12. 54 versus 12. That is a huge savings every time you fill up your car. So I'm just saying that the movement to electrifying our transportation system, to resolving greenhouse gas emissions and climate change, and it will also put money in people's pockets. And that's very exciting too.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
If you could encourage our nation right now, what would you say?
I would say, first of all, thank you for being a fighter, for knowing that we have reason to have faith in what is possible, but we have to work to make it achievable. And that includes what folks did to get out and vote in 2020, because what that led to is, I think of it like this. People put in their order. They said, this is what I want.
Our stations across the country and all of us, we've been doing our best to do gas drives because people can't get from point A to point B when they're on these fixed incomes. How do we get to a solution for that?
Well, first of all, we've been, understanding that it is a real issue. What we have done is we've actually released some of the reserve, the petroleum reserve, to bring down the cost of gas prices. And we are also dealing with the cost of gas is just part of the issue of the cost of living, right?
Yeah.
It's too expensive for too many people to get by during a day, much less to the end of the month.